Hello, we're in Bob's studio at the bottom of his garden. We're starting this Patreon podcast in the next few days, and I just want to take a second just to introduce you to the space and explain the rationale, what it is that we're looking to achieve with these broadcasts. It's an extraordinary space. This idea came originally from a visit, 4 or 5 years ago now, Bob, I think it was, where Jack and I came here and struggled to leave. And the reason we struggled to leave is that there's a
because
story.
I'd locked the door.
You'd locked the door. The cats were in the way, and I'm very afraid of the cats. No, there's a story in every object, and there must be 1,000 objects in this room. And every story leads on to another story, leads on to another story. And Bob is happy to tell them all. So here we are. We're invading again, Bob. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to start talking about one thing and end up talking about another 20, I'm sure. But I have one quick question that I've been dying to. I've been down here a few times. Bob and I have got to know each other very well. But the question I've never asked him, and the question I really want to know, is how you catalogue and arrange your vinyl and CD collection. Is it by genre, or by artist, by alphabet? What is it, Bob? Tell me.
Well, when the CDs were over in the house, they were split into genres and then into subgenres. And I found that I couldn't find anything.
Yes.
It could have been any one of about 7 different places.
Yes.
So when I got this Portakabin
Yes.
and began converting it into a studio, the first challenge was to synthesize all the CDs
Yes.
into an A to Z.
Right.
And all genre.
Yes.
A to Z.
All genre. Okay.
It took me nearly 2 weeks
Yes.
just to do that.
Yeah.
My family was away.
It's a lot of lifting as well.
It is, and I had CDs in piles all the way down the landing, down the stairs, along the hall. You know, I mean, it was a real challenge.
Yes.
And then was the challenge of transporting all the CDs over here and keeping them in order.
Yeah.
And the shelving used to be in my son Miles's bedroom.
Yeah.
And so we just basically cut it down.
Yes.
I didn't measure anything. Honestly, I didn't measure one thing.
And it just worked.
And we started putting it all up. And I was thinking, this is going to fit. There's that little gap just there.
Yes.
But this was the big one.
Yeah.
Okay. Because this was one unit, which we had to cut in half to get it in here. You can see there's the.
Yeah.
But this, I mean, literally, we slid that bit in, pushed it against the wall, and stood it up. And then we slid this bit in, pushed it again, and it, I mean, it was like a miracle. Look, it fits almost to the inch. It's amazing.
Now, people out there are going to have 1,000 different ways of doing it, I'm sure, but I think all genre alphabetical is the only way to go.
It is.
But then you get people throwing curveballs like Sting produced greatest hits of Sting and the Police. Now, does that go under P or does it go under S?
You've got a point there.
I ripped it onto my computer and threw it out the window, I think. I just couldn't bear to put it on the shelf anywhere.
I put it under the Police.
Yes. Actually, seriously, I think that's what I did as well.
Yeah.
So we're going to be talking about a lot of the things that sit in this collection, but also just looking around on the walls, Jack, behind you, there's photographs everywhere we look.
This is one of my favourite photographs of anything, anywhere.
Is that sunset?
This is heading up towards Beverly Hills.
Yes.
In 1974, on my first ever trip to America. Look at the cars.
Look at it.
I mean, that was through the windscreen of the car that we were driving.
Well, I'm
and
pleased
I think
to
it's
say,
so dramatic.
I'm pleased to see you're clearly sitting in the passenger seat, because that would have been a dangerous photograph to take. That was sunset, was it?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Well, no, actually, it was up, I don't know, Wilshire Boulevard or something, I can't remember.
Right.
But we were approaching Beverly Hills.
Yes.
And that was just what it looked like. I was just blown away by it. I'd never been anywhere like that before.
Do you see? This is what I'm talking about. I wouldn't have picked that picture up, but there's a whole story behind it.
Yeah.
Just above it, there's a picture of Emmylou Harris giving you a hug by the looks of things.
Yes, that was at the Americana Music Awards. That's when she presented me with my Trailblazer Award. That was 2011.
And the thing that's going to turn this 2-minute chat into a 20-minute chat is that. So we should adjourn that particular picture for another episode. To Bob with love, John Lennon. Isn't that lovely?
Yeah.
So stay tuned, everybody. We'll be telling tales of objects in the studio, including London buses, photographs, autographs, CDs, champagne corks. Where does it end?
Yeah. My Muddy Waters champagne cork. Where is it? It's over here.
It's right there. Perfect.
Yeah. There's a couple of stories around this.
There's a champagne cork in there, chaps.
There is, and for the story, we're going to go to hell, and that is literal. I'm not kidding.